Alright, in this video we're going to take a look at the basic setup of Google Sites, in particular when you're going to edit your website. Now what we see here is up at the top we have the ability to create a page. We're looking at your basic landing page of what you would see when you go to your website. If we wanted to add more pages, we can go and create one just by clicking this button, and we can make it its own freestanding page, or we can put it underneath the teacher site page, the landing page, so that's kind of like embedded down in it, and create links to it. We also have the ability to edit page. Now keep in mind, edit page is only going to let you change or edit the body of your website or the content area of your website. It is not going to let you edit, say, the things that are in these tabs of the horizontal navigation bar, or it's not going to let you edit the things that are in the sidebar here. So keep in mind, when you do click on edit page, it's only allowing you to edit the items that are in the body of the web page. Okay. Now, if I want to edit, say, the things in the sidebar, there is a link down here in the lower left-hand corner of the page that says Edit Sidebar. Let's take a look at that. If I click on Edit Sidebar, here I have the ability, actually, not only to change what's in the sidebar here, but I'm also able to change the header, the way that appears. I could add some links in that horizontal navigation bar in those tabs, or add a new tab, and we'll talk more about that later. And we'll also talk more about editing the sidebar. I just wanted to show you that you can get there from that little link. I'm going to return to the site. Another thing that we haven't taken a look at is what's under this More Actions button. And believe me, there is a lot there. I'm going to click on More Actions, and I'm going to notice that one of the things that I have here is revision history. One of the nice things about Google Sites is that if you make changes to your website and then decide later you don't really like them, or maybe they're not really accurate, and you want it to go back to the way that it was, maybe back when you had a different color in the body of your web page, you can go back and revert back to an earlier version of the website itself. Nice little feature there. Another thing that we have is the ability to subscribe to page changes, and you can do that here for subscribe to page changes, or you can subscribe to site changes. You would do this particularly if somebody else has the ability to edit your website, like your building integrator, and then that way you would be notified, probably by email, anytime somebody made a change to your website. You can also take a look at various page settings here. The ability to print a page, save the page as a template. Maybe there's a particular style of page that you want, but you need multiple copies, like maybe one for each class that you have, like Class A and Class B and so forth. Rather than recreating that page 4 or 5 times, you can save it as a page template and only have to create it once and then make various changes to the names of the pages. Another thing that you can do is go to Manage Site. This is where most of the features are involved with managing your website, the way it appears, lots of items about it. So for example, it shows us recent site activity. Not a lot of things have been changed to this website yet. The next item is Pages. In here I can see all of the pages that make up the website for Mr. Schmo's Room 116. If I hit the little plus sign, I can see that it's made up out of 2 pages. One is that first landing page, the teacher site page, and then another one is the homework page. And we'll talk more about how to edit that homework page a little bit later on. Attachments. Maybe I have attached certain documents to this website. I haven't yet, but that's where they would be listed. Page templates. These are certain templates that Joe Schmo has available to him to use in his website. I'm going to skip apps, scripts, and deleted items because probably not going to use those a whole lot. Let's take a look at general. Here in general, this is where we can change some information about the website. For example, we can change the name of the site here and whether or not we want that name to be displayed up at the top. Maybe there's a certain category. For example, it might be classroom and English language arts. I'm not sure. Depends on what you do. For example, mine would be, I'd have technology listed under mine. Site description. Here you can write a short description that summarizes why you're using or why you have this website. The landing page. This is the page that you will land on when you go to your website. It's kind of like your website's home page. And we'll take a look down here at the bottom. Some good stuff here is the ability to copy the site. Maybe a team member really likes how you use your site. You could copy it and then you can almost kind of back it up as well, but copying the site and then giving it to somebody else so that they could use the same setup that you have. Another way of doing basically that same thing would be to publish the site as a template. I would do this only if you're like really proud of what you've done and you want other people to be able to have their website look and feel the same way. Delete this site. You might decide you've played around with it and you've really screwed things up. You might want to start over, in which case you can delete the site completely. So that is a little bit about the basics of our website here, our Google sites, and how they're set up so that you can edit them.